Good morning, dears. This is Pratibha Bojka, lecturer in English. So, today's class is on degrees of comparison. This topic is for second year students, fourth semester. Right, dears? So, let's start the class. Degrees of comparison. What you gonna learn? What you gonna understand? The comparison. What does the word comparison mean? It's comparing one person to other person, comparing one thing to other thing, okay, or comparing two persons to other two persons, two things to other two things, or comparing all the complete class, complete whole, talking about the whole thing. So these are known as comparisons, okay. So let's begin the class about degrees of comparison, beta. As just now I said, comparison means comparing one thing to other, one person to other, okay. So degrees of comparison, there are three kinds of degrees of comparison of adjectives. So here one thing we have to understand. So when you want to change one degree to other degree, what you gonna change? Adjectives. Understood, beta? So there are three kinds of degrees of comparison of adjectives. They are positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree. How many kinds of degrees of comparisons are there? Three. They are first one positive degree, second one comparative degree, and third one is superlative degree. Let's know individually what positive degree is, what comparative degree is, what superlative degree is. Right. So let's go to the next slide. What is a positive degree? An adjective without comparison is said to be in positive degree. In earlier slide we spoke degrees of comparison means comparison between one person to other person, one thing to other thing, okay. And there we learned that there are three kinds of comparisons, degrees of comparison. One is positive, second one is comparative, third one is superlative. And next slide, when we wanted to learn what individually they are, what is positive degree, what is comparative and superlative, while learning positive degree, what it has said, an adjective without comparison, okay. When there is no comparison in the sentence, you are not comparing a person to other person, a thing to other thing, right. So those type of adjectives come under positive degree. Means there will not be any comparison. If you are speaking about one person, you speak only about that person. If you are speaking about anything, you speak about that only thing, okay. You don't compare that thing to other thing or that person to other person. So those type of comparisons are known as positive degree, okay. Means it doesn't compare, it doesn't compare with anyone. It gonna speak about only one person, only one thing, okay. So those type of adjectives are known as positive degree, okay. So let me read out the example. Ravi is a clever boy in the class. Ravi is a clever boy in the class. Here, the word clever is an adjective and Ravi is not compared with any other one in the class. They just spoke about only Ravi here. Ravi is a clever boy in the class. Okay. The word clever, what I wanted to say, the word clever is an positive degree. Means what? They are not comparing with any other person or anything. Okay. And next example, no other boy in the class is so brave as Giri. Okay. Here also there is no comparison, beta. No comparison in this sentence. No other boy in the class is so brave as Giri. Okay. So brave as. When you use this one, so brave as, that is an adjective. So that is in positive degree, means it is not a comparison. Understood? What is positive degree? An adjective without comparison is said to be in positive degree. Like Ravi is a clever boy in the class. No other boy in the class is so brave as Giri. Let me read some more examples which are not in this slide, which I have not mentioned in this slide, like the rose is a beautiful flower. Okay, beautiful is an adjective. In that sentence, the rose is a beautiful flower. We are speaking only about what do we call rose. Okay, it's modifying only the rose. It's not comparing with other flowers, lilies or other, what do we call, other flowers. Okay, the rose is a beautiful flower. Sita is a good girl in the class. Okay, Sita is a good girl. Here the word good comes under adjective. It's an adjective, and they are speaking only about Sita. Okay, Sita is a good girl in the class, but not comparing. So those type of degrees, those type of adjectives come under positive degree. Let me make it clear again. Positive degree is an adjective without comparison. Okay, there will not be any comparison in positive degree. Right, beta? Let us move to the next slide. Comparative degree. It's comparative degree. An adjective which is used to compare only two persons or two things is said to be in comparative degree. Okay. As in the earlier slide, we said we just speak about that person, only about that thing. Huh? Sita is a good girl. Sita is a good girl in the class, I said. So I didn't compare anything. So that good girl becomes a positive degree, that adjective. Coming to this one, an adjective which is used to compare two persons, two things, okay, is said to be in comparative degree. Like they are here in the first example, Ravi is cleverer than Gopi. Okay, in the first slide, I said Ravi is a clever boy in the class. We didn't compare anything with Ravi. I just said Ravi is clever boy in the class. Okay. But coming to this comparative degree, I said Ravi is cleverer than Gopi, means I took two persons. I compared Ravi with Gopi. Okay, that Ravi is cleverer than Gopi. Gopi is also clever, but Ravi is some more better than Gopi. Okay, so Ravi is cleverer than Gopi. And the next one, a thing with another thing, a metal. Gold is more precious than silver. Okay, silver is also precious, but gold is somewhat more precious than silver. Okay, understood better? So when an adjective is compared with two persons or two things, that that is said to be a comparative degree. Means in this adjective you gonna take two persons. Okay, beta, one to other. Okay, one thing to other thing, one person to other person. Okay, let me read out some more examples. The same examples which I repeated in positive degree, let me read it in comparative degree also, which I have not mentioned here. The rose is more beautiful than jasmine. There I said in positive degree, I said the rose is a beautiful flower. I didn't compare, I said the rose is a beautiful flower. But coming to comparative, what did I say? The rose is more beautiful than jasmine. So what did I do? I compared the rose with jasmine. Okay. Jasmine is also beautiful, but more beautiful than jasmine. So rose is more beautiful. Understood better? So there we are comparing one person to other person, one thing to other thing, one flower to other flower. Okay, those type of adjectives are known as comparative degree. Okay, Comparative means comparing one person to other person, or one thing to other thing. Did you understand, beta? Is it clear? Or let me make it again clear, beta. Here we are comparing two person or two things. Okay, there I said Ravi is a clever boy in the class, and here I am saying Ravi is cleverer than Gopi. There I spoke only in positive degree, I spoke only about Ravi. But coming to comparative degree, I am speaking about Ravi and Gopi, and I am saying Ravi is cleverer than Gopi. Okay, and I spoke about two things. Gold is more precious than silver. Okay, silver is also precious, but I said gold is more precious, so I compared gold to silver. So in this way, and I said the rose is a beautiful flower. Didn't I say the rose is a beautiful flower in positive degree? And coming to comparative degree, I should have mentioned that example also in this one, but never mind, beta. Just listen. In this, what I do, the same example I do, I can change it into comparative. The rose is more beautiful than jasmine. Okay, so what did I do? I compared rose to jasmine. Okay, both are very beautiful, but rose is more beautiful than jasmine. So that is comparative. So here in positive degree no comparison. In comparative, coming to comparative degree, there will be comparative between two persons, two things, two flowers, etc., etc. Understood, beta? Okay, let's move to the third degree, superlative degree. An adjective which is used to compare more than two persons or things is said to be in superlative degree. Did you did you get any what do we call? Did you understand, beta? What I wanted to say here, when I was speaking about positive degree, I said there is no comparison. I spoke only Ravi is the clever boy in the class, I said. Okay, again coming to comparative degree, I said Ravi is cleverer than Gopi. Okay, coming to superlative degree, an adjective which is used to compare more than two persons. Here I am going to compare with the whole class. Okay, more than two persons. It can be 10, it can be 20, it can be the complete class. Understood, beta? So, coming to the example, Ravi is the cleverest boy in the class. So, what did I do? I took the class, the whole class at one side, and I kept Ravi on the other side and said Ravi is the cleverest boy in the class. Means Ravi is compared with more than two persons. Means Ravi is the cleverest boy in the class. Giri is one of the bravest boy in the class. So there are many brave boys in the class, but he is very bravest. Okay, Giri is one of the bravest boy in the class. Okay. As I said, I have given one example in positive degree. Sita is a good girl in the class. Good comes under positive degree because I didn't compare with anyone. She's a good girl in the class. Okay, coming to comparative degree, that becomes Sita is better than any other girl in the class. Sita is better than any other girl in the class. Okay, means that is compared to other thing. And next, superlative degree. Sita is the best girl in the class. Okay, so it is compared with the whole class, means more than two persons. Understood, beta? So superlative degree, an adjective, let me repeat it again, an adjective which is used to compare more than two persons or things is said to be in superlative degree. Ravi is the cleverest boy in the class. Okay, Giri is one of the bravest boy in the class. The rose is the most beautiful flower. Okay, the rose is a beautiful flower in positive degree. In comparative, that the rose is the most beautiful flower in comparative degree. Coming to superlative degree, The rose is the most beautiful flower. Okay, so in all the flowers, the rose is most beautiful flower. Understood, beta? Did you understand? That is superlative degree. So let's again repeat what do you call positive degree. An adjective without comparison is said to be in positive degree. Ravi is a clever boy in the class. No other boy in the class is so brave as Giri. Okay, so here we are not comparing with other person or other thing. We are just speaking about that person. So those type of degrees or adjectives are known as positive degree. Okay, next one, comparative degree. An adjective which is used to compare only two persons or things is said to be in comparative degree. So Ravi is a clever boy in the class becomes Ravi is cleverer than Gopi. So here one person is compared to other person. Okay, gold is more precious than silver. Understood, beta? So here one metal is compared to other metal. Understood, beta? Coming to superlative degree, an adjective which is used to compare more than two persons or things is said to be in superlative degree. So, Ravi is the cleverest boy in the class. Giri is one of the bravest boy in the class. The rose is the most beautiful flower. Okay. In first we said the rose is a beautiful flower. Then again in comparative we said the rose is more beautiful than jasmine. And then coming to superlative degree, I said or we said the rose is the most beautiful flower. So this is superlative. Comparing one flower with all the flowers. Understood, beta? That is the difference between positive, comparative, and superlative. Understood? We'll go for the next one. Formation of adjectives. How you gonna change adjective of what do we call adjective of positive degree to comparative and superlative? Okay, there are some rules, beta. Let's learn those rules. An adjective of one syllable ends in a consonant preceded by two vowels or ends in a two consonants preceded by a vowel. We add er, est to positive forms to get comparative and superlative. Ma, it's one syllable. Do you know what syllable mean? I just want to make you remind you once again. You have to remember what a syllable is. A syllable is a word or part of a word which contains a single vowel sound. Okay, a syllable is a word or part of a word which contains a single vowel sound. Okay, that is known as syllable. And here talking about this formation of adjective, an adjective of one syllable ends in a consonant. If at all that adjective is ending in a consonant preceded by two vowels, if two vowels are there inside, okay, in a word, or ends in two consonants preceded by a vowel. You know what preceding means? Means before. We add er and est to positive forms to get comparative and superlative forms. Understood, beta? Here, for example, for example, bold is there. Bold. Okay, the word is ending with two consonants, beta, preceded by a vowel. Okay, it is ending with two consonants, bold. L and dar consonants, and before la you have a vowel o. Okay, so that is a for positive form, and you gonna add er for comparative and est to superlative form. Right, beta? Did you understand? That is, we are talking about only single syllable, one syllable. One syllable means you gonna have only one vowel in that word. Understood, beta? Understood? Means only one vowel sound. If there are two vowels also, if they sound only single, that becomes one syllable. Right? So let's see the next slide. See, I have given here 5 examples, beta. Positive, comparative, superlative. Just see. BOLD. Just now I spoke about that example. LD. Okay, la and da. It is, the word is ending with two vowel, what do you call, consonant sounds, and it is preceded by one vowel sound. Okay, so what did you do? Coming to comparative, you have added er, bolder, and superlative est, boldest. Okay, now second word, deep. It is ending with one consonant sound, and you have two vowels preceded by two vowels. Okay, deep. You gonna add er for comparative and est for superlative. Okay, understood beta? In that way, if the word is ending with two consonant sound preceded by one vowel, to change it into comparative and superlative, you gonna add er and est. If the word is ending with one consonant sound and it is preceded by two vowels, then also, if at all it is one syllable beta, you have to remember, I'm speaking only about one syllable. You know, there are, when we are talking about syllables, it is divided into vowels in it, in the word. It can be monosyllable, disyllable, trisyllable, polysyllable, etc., etc. But here I am talking about only one syllable, means only one vowel. Okay, and here don't ask me that, madam, there are two vowels in the second example, ee, but it sounds only one sound. It has only one sound, double diphthongs. So deep. Okay, it's deep, long vowel. Understood beta? So what you are doing, you are adding er to make it into, change it into comparative, and est to change it into superlative. Okay, bold, bolder, boldest. Deep, deeper, deepest. Sweet, sweeter, sweetest. High, higher, highest. Rich, richer, richest. Okay, small, smaller, smallest. Okay, cold, colder, coldest. So in that way, because they are of single syllable beta, they are all of single syllable ending with two consonants, or ending with a single consonant preceded by one vowel or two vowels. So to change it, change them into comparative or superlative, you're gonna add er or est. Okay beta, understood? Did you understand the first rule beta? Is it clear? Okay, so let's compare, let's continue this class in the next class beta. Okay beta, thank you for listening my class.